Hi, I'm Robin,
And I'm Kristen.
and we are back today, and we are on audio only.
Yes, we have been battling some illnesses here. And we look a mess. I look a mess. You actually look just fine. You
I,
look great. I look
I
a
don't,
mess.
I don't feel great. My voice comes in and out, and yours right now
It's
is
very
it's
congested and
very
nasally, yeah.
congested.
So I am
Mine's
so
is
sorry that I sound like this, guys.
yeah, and I'm not as congested right now, but if you hear a change, you know why.
Also, please forgive us if we have to take a pause to blow our nose, because that's another thing that has been happening. So just bear with us. I mean, like, you all
Yes,
understand. Y'all have been sick before.
yes, yes.
But yes, we didn't want to skip any time, so we're gonna resort to audio only for this one, and depending on how much we talk, it might be next week's episode too. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we have a couple of things, a couple of episodes we want to try to get recorded today. So unfortunately, you're gonna be dealing with this voice probably for the next 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Yes.
um but it's a true testament to how much you love us if you come back after that.
Yes, it is.
So we're gonna thank you in advance. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you cough.
Yes.
That's my bad. I'm sorry. I'll try to tone it down with the
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, with the funny,
So no,
yes.
yeah, so
So,
we don't have cough fits.
yeah,
um
or sneeze attacks.
yeah, because years go on for quite a while.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we're covering some Run
Recovering,
BTS
yes,
episodes.
yeah, just a few.
Just a handful.
Yes.
No big deal. So we got, remind me of the numbers. It was like 68, 69, 77. No,
No, no,
69,
69,
70,
60,
71,
71,
72.
72. Right.
So the
You're
first
right.
three of those are the boys are in Toronto.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a three-parter.
It's a three-parter, yeah.
And then the last one, 72, is BTS Mafia, which I didn't realize it was their first time playing Mafia on Run BTS. I could have sworn they had played it before, but I guess I got it confused with BTS Village, where it's
Okay,
a very
so
similar
okay. All
kind of,
right.
like, the rules are kind of similar and the
Yeah.
format is similar. It's just not called Mafia. But yeah, when they were like, "Oh, this is our first time playing it," I was like, "Is it really?"
Yeah, I thought they had played it before too, and when you had brought it to my attention that it was Village and not Mafia, I'm like, well, what's the
Well, I didn't bring
difference?
it. They said
Well,
it.
that's
They
right
mentioned it
because yeah,
because
that's
I was
true.
like,
That's
because
true
when somebody was like, "Oh, I think somebody else had said, like, are you sure?" Because I could have sworn we played this.
because I didn't catch it when they said it because of the subtitles,
Oh
so I
yeah, yeah.
didn't get it. And then you said, no, they
They
just said
just
it.
said
So
it.
you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. There I go. I'm going. I can tell.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, the mafia one, I'm gonna tell you, my hands are up right now, you guys, because I don't get
Well,
it.
let's start with Toronto.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
let's
gonna
get in
start with that.
Toronto
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
And
sure.
to be completely honest and transparent, which I'm always transparent with you guys, um, I got lost in a lot of, like, what the purpose of the games were for the Toronto trip. I know they were playing games and they had a
Yeah,
point system, which I it was all negative, and I was really trying to figure out, like, okay, do they
exactly.
keep
Yeah,
losing
yeah,
points?
yeah,
So they don't necessarily gain points. It's just whether or not they stay where they are, or they go further into the negative. But there were a couple of things where we got tripped up. Like, they were playing a game, and we thought it was to decide who was cleaning up the kitchen, and then it was never told who it ended up cleaning the kitchen.
that's right.
They
It
ended up
was.
doing all these other side games
Yeah.
for other things with other penalties.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
yes, your girl got confused.
Yeah.
I just gave up at one point, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch them play and have
Yeah.
fun and
Yeah.
be themselves, because I can't keep up. But when their first day in, they went to Niagara Falls.
They went to Niagara Falls. That is correct. Yeah.
Um,
I think they were already.
I think
I
the
think
episode started. They were already
they
there.
were already there. They were
Yeah, in the
already in. And
park.
the reason
They were in
why,
a park nearby. That's what they were, in a
right?
park nearby.
Well, no, they started out in a hotel room.
Just kidding.
They started out in a hotel room, and then they were told that they were going to Niagara Falls,
Oh, okay.
and then they're in the car or the vehicle, whatever it
Uh
was,
huh.
probably a van, some sort, and you
They
see
had like a whole agenda,
yeah,
like
you
a
see
whole
the road
schedule.
sign, saying
Oh, right,
go
right,
to the
right, right.
and but
Yeah.
now why I hesitated for a second here as far as whether they were there or not, because it said to Buffalo. And I know that Niagara
So
Falls,
maybe
you have their, but they were not in the States.
so but maybe the hotel they started off in was in New York. And maybe they crossed the border to visit Niagara Falls and have a little like mini vacation in Toronto because they were only there for one night, right?
They were there 2 days, 1 night.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think maybe they drove in and made it part of their trip,
Well, I will
or
say
made it
this.
part of whatever reason they were in New York.
Right,
They just
right.
they tagged that on. Maybe I don't know.
I do know they were in the Canadian side of Niagara Falls.
Yes,
That's all I know for sure, because they did point out the bridge
hmm
that separated
the
the
border,
border.
the
Yeah.
border.
So I don't know, but anyway, yes, that's what they were doing. But they did um kind of reference the not the title, but the reason is for sightseeing and for missions.
So
So
they, I
it
mean,
was
so
like
that's what
sort
I'm
of
saying. Maybe it was
everything.
part of. Maybe they had a trip where they were going to be in the States, and then they said, "Let's add this on. Let's stay a little bit longer. Do a 2 day, 1 night in Toronto,
Right,
and get some Run BTS content,
right, right.
and just have some fun in Canada because why not?"
Yeah, why not? You're this close. Why
Yeah.
not?
So maybe that was the case. Maybe that's what brought them there. So they start off at the hotel, possibly in the States in New York, and then they drive across the border, speculating that they drive
Yes,
across the
yeah,
border. We do
yeah.
not know for
I
sure.
know. I
Um
just
and
know they
then
were in a vehicle.
they end up, doing 2 days and 1 night in Toronto. They start off their first day at
Uh,
Niagara Falls to do
yes,
some
yes,
sightseeing.
yeah, yeah.
And so there was, quite a few shenanigans there. The infamous, V saying Niagara Popo. Yeah. We all have seen that meme. And if you haven't, you'll probably see it now that you've heard this, and it'll just somehow pop
Pop
up
up.
into your
Yes, yes,
algorithm. But
exactly.
yes, that is kind of a key moment that most, if not all, Army know.
Hmm.
Um, there's I think it was Jin and Suga asking for money to
Yes,
use
so they
the
could use
the
the
thing to
viewing
see, yeah, the viewing, the binocular
right,
goggle
right,
thingies.
right, to see the
Yeah, the
every
other
the
side.
other side, right.
Yeah,
But they had some fun. Jimin, of course, taking pictures
of
of
everybody. Yeah,
everything and everybody,
yeah.
and he wanted to make sure that he caught a lot of the memorable moments of just them being there.
hmm
uh and at some point he got up in a lot of them's face and just took the picture right in
Yeah.
their face,
Yeah, the
which
Machne
is
line
very
is
memorable.
well, the Machne line, they're pretty infamous for doing that.
Yeah.
They do that a lot where they get those really close up like eyeball nostril pics.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
why, but it's a memory, right? It's
it's
a
a
memory.
memory. And they played a couple of games.
I remember the staring contest one.
The steering contest, the capitals of the
Oh yes, the
countries,
capitals.
which kind
What?
of went through all 3 episodes.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did well because I feel like V and JK were on a high
they were
because
on it.
they when they were going grocery shopping for their dinner
Yeah,
ingredients, they were practicing in the store
yeah,
and they were
yeah.
feeling real confident when they
Very
came out that store
confident.
and were like,
Yeah,
"We got
yeah,
this."
yeah,
So I think that they were just really kind of riding that knowledge high.
yeah. And that
Um,
steering game was interesting as well,
hmm
because the first few of them that did it had no distractions.
yes, and
But
then
those who had already gone through
started just doing this. I
started
think Jimin was
distraction.
the one that
Yeah,
initiated because it's always Jimin.
disgusting.
It's always Jimin.
So that was um that was pretty. And then after they had their full of Niagara Falls,
Mhm.
they went to a park, and uh V chased a squirrel.
He did.
He didn't chase the
Well, no,
squirrel. No, you know what?
he was
That
trying
was
to like
he was trying to
interact with
befriend,
yeah,
yes,
with the
and
squirrel.
befriend the squirrel, and and it was quite cute.
It is.
So
And
he's
what's great is that even like present day Taeyang would do something like that.
yeah, yeah,
Just be like, "Who's squirrel? Let me go be friends with it
I
because I'm a
know.
Disney princess."
Yeah. So that was interesting. And then after they left
I
there,
think they had lunch, right?
they did have lunch. They
Yeah,
did have
at the
lunch after that,
restaurant.
and yeah, and they played more games there.
I will say that that is probably the first time I've ever seen pizza eaten with chopsticks.
It was
And I will I okay, I know that that's their utensil in their culture. So of course they're
right.
skilled in using it. But the
Absolutely
ability to hold a slice of pizza and
right.
eat it without like dropping it or messing
Yeah,
like I'm in awe.
I'd love to see a New York pizza being eaten like that.
That would be funny. I You know what? If I ever master like if I ever get to a point where I'm like mastered my chopstick use skills, I'm gonna do that. I will figure out a way to like fold the pizza, pick it up, and eat it. I might need two sets of chopsticks
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
Because
Because
it's
that front piece just
yeah,
always is
it's going to flop.
it's gonna flop. It always
Yeah,
does.
it does
Yeah,
flop.
but yeah,
So
they and I have to say that J Hope, he's the one who went ahead and ordered everything. He
mhm.
did the ordering, and of course, V was like, and 7 Cokes.
Yes.
So that was,
And
but they got
I
it. They got
laughed
it.
at your reaction because you were like, Sugar's drinking Coke.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, no, because he has
Exactly.
made several comments about things being unhealthy or leading to like high blood pressure or something like
I
that.
listen.
And I know, and I feel like it's all in jest, but it's really it's telling of like. But I think my comeback to that was, well, I mean, he drinks like he'll sit there and like run on iced americanos
Yeah,
and not
yeah.
eat. So really, he's not the gauge. But yeah, it's
But I mean, it's to the point that I think about what I've had to eat when I see them eating or him eating.
So then we move on to the shopping. They went grocery shopping after eating.
Yeah, but before they did that, before they played some games at the table. Because remember they were all getting ready to get up and leave, and
Oh
the
yes, it
staff
was like,
told them,
wait, you guys have a
yeah,
mission.
yeah,
Yeah,
right,
okay, yeah,
right, right.
yeah.
He had him come back, and now if I'm trying to think,
We're
the
relying on your memory because I didn't even remember they played a game.
it
So,
was a game that they gave them a part of a word,
oh
and they
yeah,
had
to finish
to
it.
finish it in a sentence that
No, no, no,
made
no, no. They
sense.
had
No,
Was
no,
that it or was it they
I
had to
thought it
complete a word?
was.
They got like a first half of
They
a word
and
or
they had to
and they
complete a
had to
word.
complete a word and it
Okay,
had to be
okay.
an actual
It
word.
had to be an
Because I
actual
played that
word.
one again at the
At the
house.
house. Right,
Yeah.
right, right, right. But I thought that was connected to the alphabet.
No.
No?
So
Okay, my
they
bad.
I think
My
okay,
bad. Okay.
I can't remember now.
I
I
thought it was, but I could be
I
wrong.
think the one you're thinking of is where they have to say a word that starts with the ending of the previous person's word, but it has to be an actual word. So you know how we've played it where it's like
Right.
you have to use the last letter and they have to so it's the last syllable of whatever word the person before you said. You
Right.
have to continue that and then the person next to you has to use a word from the last syllable of the word you said. So honestly, like I feel like their games seem confusing, but if you really think about it, it's not really confusing. It's just not in English, and
But
and
it's
and
confusing.
sometimes that makes it hard.
Yes, it's confusing. But yeah, they played that game, and if I don't know who won it.
I don't remember
I
either.
don't want to know.
I just remember they
But
went grocery shopping and then they had to do the challenges. And as a result, the loser had to buy clothes and they ended
that's
up being JK.
exactly, and that's what it was.
Oh,
It
that was from that game.
I believe that was from
Okay.
that game. Yes, yes.
Okay, so then he lost that game.
He lost that game.
Um,
He lost
and
that
then
game.
the whole shopping. So they went grocery shopping first, or did
Hmm.
they go clothing
No, they went
shopping?
grocery shopping first.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, they went grocery shopping first. Um, and then they had another challenge in the parking lot after grocery shopping because
Right.
they knew they were going to probably have to do the capitals, and that's why JK and V were practicing in the store.
Right. Right.
Yes, their search for pancake mix was kind of funny
Yes, it
because they
was.
were just so confused.
Well, I
And
think.
then JK was searching for Twinkies,
Oh
and
my
he
goodness.
had to look it up, and he was like, it
He
was
thought it was a bread
he well it I mean technically it's a
loaf.
which are bread.
It looked like a
It
loaf.
looks like well
Looks like a
yeah
loaf.
it looks like a
Okay.
loaf. It looks like a little loaf of bread.
A
With
mini loaf of bread.
he said it's the yellow bread with the cream inside.
Yes, yes. And
He said
he's
from
looking up.
the zombie movie.
Exactly. He's like, it's in a zombie movie. So he started looking up the zombie movie
And what's
to
funny
find
is
out what they
I
were.
remember there was a lady that when he was saying this, and she's looking at him like, "What are you talking about?" And I feel like if it had been me, I'd have been like, "Zombieland, you're looking for Twinkies." Because I have like that like random movie knowledge,
Yes,
and
yes,
I'd be
you
like,
do.
"Oh, he
Yes, you do.
sounds like he's looking for Twinkies from Zombieland."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He would have been lost, had I been there. But anyway,
She'd be
he
like,
found
"Well,
them.
you're all in the bread aisle. Like, what is it? Which one?
Yes,
Which one is it? I don't know of any bread with white cream in the
with
middle."
white cream in the middle. No, I don't. He says if he said it's about this size, I think I would have gotten it.
Yeah,
But he, yeah, he found them
he did find his Twinkies,
and he took them home with
and
him.
he ate them.
And he ate them. Yes, yes. So yeah, and then they went shopping.
Yeah, then they went clothes shopping, and
They yeah, and they
Jimin wasn't supposed to be able to get something, but he did sneak in a hat, which I will say it was adorable on him. That
did he
hat, I
did he
think,
actually get it?
I think that was the hat that because I think JK said it's fine, because it already been rung up. Like he was off, and
Oh,
the guy was ringing up the things that were already on the counter, and Jimmy just goes and just kind of slides it over, and he's like looking at JK like, did he see? Did he see? And I think it was RM that
it
told
was
on him,
RM that told on him.
and I
It
was like,
sure
dang it, you
was.
snitch!
Sure was.
Like
But
it's just a
then,
hat.
but
Like why are you getting
then,
all
but
crazy
then
about it?
Hobie was saying that I'm not gonna get anything. I don't need anything. I'm not gonna get anything
Was
until
it Hobie or was it Sugar? I thought it was
no,
Sugar.
Sugar was looking at the jackets.
Yes, but
But
then
he did say
he
he
wasn't
wasn't
gonna
gonna get
get
anything
anything.
until
Yeah.
he started looking at the jackets.
I love Sugar so much, but he is such an old man.
Yes.
Like he always goes for like the old man clothing, and they even said like, "Oh, he looks like an old man," and I
He
was like,
did.
"He does. He
Yes,
looks like
he
a little
does.
old man," and I love him for it.
Yes.
I
That
love him.
listen,
That's
how
my
can
little
you not?
grandpa.
How can you not? But when he found those slippers and he
Oh,
put
Hobie,
his yes, and he put his foot in those slippers,
he was
he
like,
was like,
oh,
"Ooh, ooh."
he got so excited. He
And
was like,
what does he call JK? It's not. It doesn't sound like JK. It sounds like
Jungkook.
the. Okay, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Can I get these? They're only $39." And he just stood there and goes, "Sure."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Find you a
Sure.
JK
Just
in this
ring him.
world.
Yes,
Sure, you can
sure.
whatever you want. You can
Whenever you
have that.
want.
Just put it
Just
on the counter.
just put it on the counter.
You
Just put
already
it
he
on the
already
counter.
rang it up. Fine, it's okay. I've got this.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I love that for them.
Yeah. It was
And
good.
then they got to go to the house they were staying
They
in,
got to go to the house.
and they had another game where
Of
they had
course
to
they
choose
did.
where they sleep.
Yes.
Now this house had 3 bedrooms, and one of the rooms had 2 double beds.
Mhm.
Double beds? Yeah, double beds.
Double beds, right.
Yeah, and then one room had a king size bed.
Right.
And then another room looked like it had a king or queen size bed and a crib,
In a crib.
which they jokingly said could be Jimin's bed. And then he climbed in and showed that it could in fact be his bed.
Yes.
And I was like, of all the times, Jimin's over here like, I'm not that small, sir. You shouldn't have climbed in the crib.
You
Because
are that
now
small.
now that is going to live forever on the internet. And anytime you ever say, I'm not that small, we're gonna bring up that clip.
We're gonna bring that.
And we're gonna be like, what were you saying? You're not that what?
Yeah.
So I think so yeah, we'll wrap up this because I think this was the end of the second episode or first episode. Is this the end of the first episode? They did a lot in this first episode. I think it is. I think choosing the rooms was the end of the first episode.
It was the end of the first episode.
Dang.
So
There's
yeah.
a lot in this episode. I did not think we
Yeah.
talked this long about it. But okay, so let's wrap up the episode and then we'll probably call it quits here. That means we might end up having multiple, like 4 episodes out of no, we can't have that many.
No.
We won't take our sweet
know.
time with all the other ones. We'll go through it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want us to.
And then we
And then
could.
we could. I
Yeah.
mean, if it's what you want.
True.
So yes, they played the game to choose the rooms, and so they all had a chance to look throughout the house and see like where the rooms were located, and then they all had to come downstairs. They got numbers, and they went in chronological order
Mm-hmm.
to go up and choose their room.
Right.
And the point was that they couldn't let anybody else know which room they were choosing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then whoever ended up in the room, there was no changing after you chose your rooms.
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, that was fun. So they had did Jimin go in the first? Oh no, Jin went first, right?
Jen went first.
Jin went
Yes.
first, and he chose
Yeah.
his room. He chose the room with the
The
two double
double
beds,
beds. Yeah.
and he had his little alpaca pillow. It's his RJ pillow. I think it was his RJ pillow.
Mm-hmm.
His BT21 character.
Yeah.
And he's just like he's so adorable. This man is the oldest member of the group, and he's just holding his little RJ pillow, and I'm like, you're so cute. You're so cute.
Yes,
And so he's like, oh, I'll be in here and it'll be fine. And then I think Yoongi went next, and he chose.
did he go next?
I think
Or
he was. Yeah, I think
I
he
thought,
went
okay,
next.
all right, all right.
And so then he ended up in another room with the king
So,
bed.
right.
And so he was like, just lay down, and he got comfortable real quick. And then who was next after him?
Jimin.
Jimin was next.
Right.
And then Jimin ended up in, I kind of don't want to tell where everybody ends up, because I think that's the funniest thing.
Okay, let's not.
Okay. You know what? We're not.
Say
Right now, we've got Jin in the room with the twin beds, and we got Sugar in the room with the king bed, and Jimin is on his way. And we're gonna leave you with that, because
let's
I think that is the funniest twist of how that all happened.
How it all happens.
So
yes.
I feel like you guys need to enjoy it, because you won't really get the full laugh if you don't see how it all pans out.
Exactly how it pans out, exactly.
But it is funny, and I am guaranteeing you will laugh. Like I can't say confidently how you'll react to certain things, but I could tell you right now, like that moment when it's all revealed who's in which rooms, you will laugh.
Yes.
You will laugh. You might cry from laughing, because it's just so chaotic.
Yes.
So just check that out. We're gonna stop here.
Right.
That's episode 69.
69, yes.
Check it out and just get a good laugh. The whole 3-parter is really funny. Like their whole time in Toronto was hilarious, but that moment is probably like the highlight. I would say that's the key moment.
I think I would agree. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna cut here. We're really not gonna go too far for too long, because like we said, we're doing a lot of stacked recordings today, because we got a busy couple of weeks coming up.
Yes,
so
we do.
we're trying to get these out and scheduled, so that way you guys don't have any interruptions and we don't miss a beat. So we'll see you guys. Right now it'll be in like 2 minutes, but for you it'll be next week.
Yes.
So we're gonna end here.
I'm gonna end here.
So, okay. Bye.